collective. I think growth. For me, that's kind of the what's in my mind right now, what I'm thinking. A lot of growth shown over the season. Regardless of the record, the wins and losses. I think as we continue to gel together, things are going to turn. But just overall, very grateful for what this season has brought. No matter what, the record shows. I'm grateful to be around, my teammates, my coaches, and the whole organization. Most importantly, I got to give thanks to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for allowing me to be able to go out on the floor every night and show my gifts and to be able to glorify Him with my gifts and to continue to live by His word and I'm just very grateful for this opportunity that I had this year.
As you sit here today, what gives you the most optimism that next year will go how you guys hope this year will go?
Yeah, obviously, going into next season, we just got to continue to work, even this summer, continue to, gel well together, work on the things that we did well this year, even myself, work on the things that I did well, and there's some things that obviously need to be improved. Coach talked about it, after the game last night. He said that he's going to be better, and all of us, have to look ourselves in the mirror and see, where we can be better. And even myself, I know, this year as it was tough, but I know individually everyone can say that they grew in some shape or aspect, and so this summer, I'm going to be better, as Coach says. So
personally, what parts of your game do you feel like through this season, and are there any priority areas that you want to identify going into the season?
Obviously continuing to grow the mental game. It's more than just being able to go out there, score the ball, and be out there on the floor. You got to think the game. Obviously continuing to watch film. Be sharp in that aspect. A lot of playoff basketball about to be played, so I'll be able to look at that. Kind of picture myself in those situations in the playoffs, and continuing to work on my game, work on my body, get stronger, take care of things that, were nagging me throughout the season, get my body right, get ready to get back to it in a couple of months. So, definitely, looking forward to getting back, and obviously right now, it's time to recover. I get to be with my family and my loved ones. So I'm looking forward to being with them. Right now I'm resting and resetting. But obviously I'm just very grateful, for this season, and the opportunity that, I had year two.
Monty had mentioned a couple of times that he thought you had like a nagging injury and you would tell him no. I forgot what he said the other day, like an ankle or something. Why was it important for you to play all these games down the stretch? I think the other kind of core group guys had missed games for various reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You played all those games.
Yeah, man, I love to play. Simple as that. I was, just talking to, the medical staff. Any chance that I can get out there and play, I'm grateful to be out there and to be able to use my gifts and because you never know when it can be over. So when I get out there and you know, whether I'm sore, I've had, soreness, in a lot of areas this season, but, any chance that I can get out there and play, I'm just grateful to be out there, so.
This time last season, you were sitting in that same spot, and both you and Cade Cunningham expressed how you were looking forward to playing with each other. We got to actually see that in large sample size this season. So, what do you assess from how the way you guys work together this season, and what would you like to see going into the next year?
Yeah, I think you saw earlier in the season, preseason, just playing off each other. Obviously, this was like the first year that we got to play, side by side with each other, and obviously there was times where it was, a struggle, but there was, times where we really thrived together, and I thought, this whole year, like I said before, it's just growth for us, and we saw the positives this season, playing, with one another, and I think as we continue to gel together, continue to play more games together, and as a whole, as a team, we're going to continue to make strides in that area. And I think for me, just really the focus is growth and continuing to grow together, and being better, going into year 3.
And just as a follow-up for you personally, second year in the league, you've already had 2 different head coaches. What was was there any challenges going from learning under one different coach and now to another in such a short amount of time in your career?
I wouldn't say any challenges. Obviously, there's different system, but I didn't really have any challenges in that aspect, and I'm a guy that I'm ready for the next thing, and I'm focused on helping this team win and this organization be the best that it can be, and continuing to uplift others, and use my gifts to the best of my abilities, and so I'm very grateful for the coaches that I've had, and the coach that I do have in Monty, and what he's continued to do all season is pour his heart out into us, and I'm very grateful to be able to be on his team, and to continue to grow together as a team. So.
In what ways do you believe, you start the season coming off the bench, you ended it as a starter. In what ways do you believe that adversity made you a better basketball player?
Yeah, it definitely made me better. Just I got to see a different side of it. It kind of reminds me of my freshman year of college. I came in and was coming off the bench, and just trying to see how that worked out, how that played out, and I experienced that my freshman year in college, and going into this year, I didn't know what was up, and kind of just trying to figure things out. I think everybody was, and that's how it goes when a new coach, and you're trying to just figure everything out as far as everybody else in the organization is. So yeah, I thought I grew in that aspect, and no matter what, I'll continue to say it, whether I come off the bench or 6th, 7th man. I'm gonna be professional, and work my tail off every single day, show up early, be attentive to what the coaches are saying, and that's my job. My job isn't predicted off of who's in the lineup, or but my job is to go out there and compete every single day, and leave it all out there in the court, and utilize the gifts that God has given me.
What did you learn about what it takes to use your speed effectively from year 1 to year
that's something that coaches we talked about a lot this year is my speed is something that is deadly on the court, and being able to be selective in it, you know, not using it all the time, but using it when it matters, and being smart, being selective about it, and being able to read defenses in that aspect, and you know, continuing to utilize my speed to get, you know, my teammates involved, but also on the defensive end as well. So I think that's something that I'm continuing to improve in, is my just guarding the ball, being able to defend, and something that I can continuously improve on. But and my speed is you know what I go to. So I got to continue to watch film, you know, see in areas where I can improve.